Item 5, public questions and petitions. We have a question from Mr Meek on behalf of the Rooley Moor Neighbourhood Forum. I will invite Mr Meek to put his question to members and the leader to respond. Mr Meek, will you read your question, please?
Good evening, and thank you very much for allowing me to speak. My question is as follows. How does the Council ensure compliance with its Code of Conduct for planning decision making, particularly regarding the clear communication of application type and process, including the use of the Rochdale envelope, accuracy and accessibility of technical, documentary and statutory materials, and the provision of explanatory materials to meet the anticipated duty under S149 of the Equality Act 2010? What mechanisms guarantee transparency and accessible consultation in major planning cases, and how are significant procedural issues addressed, including whether consultation periods can be extended or restarted under relevant regulations? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr Meek. Councillor Neil Emmott, will you respond, please?
Thank you very much, Madam Mayor. First of all, can I thank Mr Meek and Rooley Moor Neighbourhood Forum trustees for their question. I can confirm that the local planning authority complies with all procedures and processes set out in legislation, national planning policy and guidance, as well as the Council's constitution. In relation to the particular point set out in the question, with regards to compliance with its Code of Conduct for planning decision-making, the Council has a specific Code of Conduct relating to planning matters, and all members who sit on the committee undertake specific training for their role on the Planning Committee. In relation to clear communication of application type and process, including use of the Rochdale envelope, applications are clearly identified, such as outline, full, EIA, hybrid, and on the planning portal, and in the report that is put before members of the Planning Committee. Use of the Rochdale envelope is explicitly stated. Also, reports to Planning Committee will set out whether the EIA meets the legal tests in cases where flexibility is requested, for example, the Rochdale envelope. Accuracy and accessibility of technical documentation and statutory materials is ensured by the following. Statutory documents including plans, reports, environmental statements being published on the planning portal for public scrutiny. Planning applications are also published as submitted in accordance with the statutory requirements. We also publish technical consultee responses. Documentation is reviewed by the case officer. There is also consultation with statutory and non-statutory consultees. With regard to provision of explanatory materials to meet the anticipatory duty under Section 149 of the Equality Act 2010, the duty under the Equality Act relates to all applications, notwithstanding that matters under consideration relate to land use planning. There is generally a statement in the report to Planning Committee as to whether the equality duty is complied with on the basis of the following. Is there evidence that the decision will impact on those with protected characteristics? And if so, would the decision promote or undermine the statutory aims in Section 149(1)? To ensure transparency and accessible consultation, in major planning cases, the local planning authority uses the following: multi-channel notifications, site notices, letters, press adverts, online alerts in line with legislation, and the adopted statement of community involvement. And also, Planning Portal provides full access to application materials and tracking features. Finally, in relation to any significant procedural issues addressed, including whether consultation periods can be extended or restarted under relevant regulations, any significant procedural concerns would be addressed by officers who would engage with relevant parties as required. Extensions of time can be agreed with applicants, especially where necessary for thorough consultation and transparent decision-making. Consultation periods on planning applications are generally fixed as per the regulations. However, additional consultation can take place on amendments. In particular, the regulations require that a further 30-day consultation takes place where additional environmental information is submitted. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Mr. Meek, thank you for your question, and I'm not sure what the protocol is. I'm asking another question. Yes, of course that can be arranged. Thank you very much for your question.